started this
On a démarré tout
almost 9 years
ça.
ago.
C'était il y a déjà 9 ans.
This lady, she had a deep smile line.
Cette
And
personne, regardez la
I
ligne
allowed
qu'elle avait.
myself to do
Et
some
je me suis
experiments with
permis
her
de faire certaines expériences
informed
avec
consent,
elle,
of course.
avec son consentement éclairé, évidemment.
She had 2 central
Et elle avait deux
incisors,
incisives centrales,
both had crowns, and she had pain to both
et puis
teeth.
elle avait une douleur au niveau de ses dents.
No real
Pas,
gingival reaction.
pas de réaction gingivale.
Both teeth were already root canal treated.
Avait été traitée, donc elle avait un traitement
The pain
canalaire.
consisted to the right incisor, and the left incisor we
Et puis
placed
aussi, sur
uh,
à gauche, on avait placé
we placed the post and core,
un tenon.
and we
Vous
tried
voyez,
to
on a
keep this
essayé
one.
de le maintenir.
We produced
On
a
a
short
bien sûr
time
fait
provisional
des provisoires.
and a setting
Et
splint.
puis, on a fait donc cette gouttière.
We took off
Ensuite,
the crown of the left central incisor.
de la dent,
We
puis
extracted
on a extrait
the right central incisor,
l'autre dent.
and almost 10 years
Il
ago,
y a 10 ans déjà,
we placed a 6 mm screw line. Again, I have to say, today I would place a 5.
Aujourd'hui, je mettrais du 5 mm, pas du 6.
But using the platform
Mais
switching,
avec le plateforme
we
switching,
took the 6 because with the 6 I could use the 5 mm impression coping and later on a 5 mm abutment.
Et oui, utiliser ce pilier.
I used a 5
Ensuite, j'ai utilisé
mm
donc
peak
le
abutment.
le pilier pic.
I
de 5
prepared
mm.
it.
Je l'ai préparé.
I
Puis,
took out a
j'ai
connective
retiré
tissue
ce
graft,
tissu conjonctif, un graft
which I
conjonctif,
already
que
put
j'ai
to the pouch,
posé ici sur la poche.
and then I underlined
Ensuite, j'ai
the short-term
souligné,
provisional.
bien sûr, les provisoires. J'ai rebasé les provisoires.
This was the
Ça,
concerning
c'était
X-ray.
bien sûr la radiographie.
And now, within 2
Et
days,
au bout en 2 jours, l'espace de 2 jours,
the dental
le
technician
prothésiste,
prepared the
lui, il a
final
préparé
abutment
le pilier final.
and the long-term
Et
provisional.
les provisoires à long terme.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Mesdames et
have a
messieurs,
close look.
regardez bien
Just to
précisément.
concentrate, I
Concentrez-vous.
made a
J'ai
mistake,
fait une
or
erreur.
even my dental technician
Peut-être
made a
mon-
mistake, but I have to
mon
see it.
prothésiste. Mais il faut la voir.
And I'd like to
J'aimerais
encourage you to learn from
encourager à
my
apprendre
mistakes.
de par mes erreurs. Hein. C'est comme ça qu'on apprend sans des erreurs.
So this is the long-term
Regardez,
provision.
ça,
This
c'est
is
la-
the abutment with
le
platform
pilier
switching and
avec
the
le
long-term
platform
provisional.
switching, et puis le provisoire à long terme, d'accord.
It's reinforced,
Elle est renforcée.
and 2
C'est
days
renforcé, les chapeaux.
after
Et ça,
surgery,
c'est 2 jours après la chirurgie.
I take out the
J'ai
short-term
retiré,
provisional,
bien sûr, les provisoires à court terme.
and now it's
Et
bleeding.
ça saigne. C'est cruenté.
And that's what I want to have, the bleeding.
Et c'est ce que je voulais.
Because if it's
Pourquoi?
bleeding,
Parce que si ça
we have
saigne,
healing
ça veut dire qu'on aura une
to the
cicatrisation,
zirconia surface.
surtout vis-à-vis de la
This
surface
is
de
the
la
long-term
zircone.
provisional.
Ça, c'est les provisoires à long terme, à droite.
And here you see the
Regardez
mistake.
l'erreur que j'ai faite.
What is wrong, ladies and
Qu'est-ce qui
gentlemen?
va pas? Elle est où l'erreur? You want this?
No.
No? Okay. Où est l'erreur, dit-il.
I should have
Voyez, là,
opened more this
j'aurais dû
area.
ouvrir davantage
Because
cette
now,
zone-là, la
it's
radio,
too
là.
closed.
C'est trop fermé maintenant. C'est trop
So
fermé.
the papilla can't
Donc,
come
la papille,
down.
elle peut plus descendre.
My dental
Vous voyez,
technician thought he's
mon
doing me a
prothésiste
favor
m'a fait du
by
faveur
closing.
en fermant.
But it's not
Mais en fait,
the right.
c'était pas bien. C'était parce qu'il
It's
fallait
not the
faire.
right way.
C'était pas
You
parce
should
qu'il fallait
open
faire.
this up
On
to
aurait
here
dû
because we
ouvrir,
know that the papilla will
parce
come
qu'on
down.
sait très bien que la papille va descendre après. Voilà l'erreur commise.
This is the X-ray, and
Ça,
now
c'est la
just have a look how deep I
Regardez
place
la
the implant in the
profondeur
anterior
de
area.
pose de l'implant en
It's
zone
placed
intérieure,
beyond
regardez.
the bone,
Ça va au-delà de l'os.
and I never take out the
Et moi,
abutment
je
anymore.
je ne retire plus le pilier.
So
je laisse.
now this
Donc,
behaves like a
ça,
one-piece
c'est comme,
abutment,
finalement, c'est comme un pilier.
like a one-piece implant.
C'est comme un implant unitaire. Enfin, le seul. Même le seul
5 days
un
after
seul-
surgery, I
Ça, c'est
removed
au
the
5 jours.
sutures.
J'ai retiré les fils, bien sûr.
That's the 2 weeks
Regardez, ça,
control.
c'est,
We
contrôle
have
de 2
enough
semaines.
connective
Oui, on a
tissue,
suffisamment de tissu conjonctif.
and I placed the connective
Et j'ai
tissue
placé
already in
le
front of
tissu
the
conjonctif
left
ici,
central incisor.
devant, bien sûr, c'est central.
And
C'est
I have to say, when you place the final abutment, it's bleeding. So there is one risk if you place the long-term provisional. It's cement removal. And that's the reason why I, during the first weeks, don't cement the long-term provisional. I only put the long-term provisional with chlorhexidine gel. Because with chlorhexidine gel, you don't have any cement particles. And now it can heal. And if it's healed, you only have once to remove the long-term provisional and then you can cement it. So after 6 weeks, the lady came back and I took off the long-term provisional. And then you can see something funny. What's that? And this is a proof now. That's the proof, ladies and gentlemen, that we have a kind of a creeping attachment. Why? This is not an infection. These are vessels. And you can see single vessels here on the surface of zirconia growing into that gap. And these vessels adhere to the surface. You have to move them with force. They're not loose. They just adhere to the zirconia material. So, this time I cut them off and I cemented the long-term provisional. But this was very funny. I could see now that this biological material got in contact to the zirconia. That's now the 2-month control. And now you see how the gingiva wanted to go down, to grow down. It's totally closed here. 6-month control. And after 12 months, I took off the long-term provisional, and for the transfer impression, I used this time the frameworks of the final crowns. These are the 2 zirconia frameworks I put to the abutments with some Vaseline, or sometimes with some portion of a provisional cement, and then I do a kind of a transfer impression. The dental technician makes an altered cast model and 2 final all-ceramic crowns. Now I opened, of course, the area where we want to have papilla. Again, we place the cord, as you see here. I tried in the crowns, then I close the screw channel with a resin material. And now again, as I already have shown you, I cement the crown only at the margin. No cement to the inside, please. I push in the crown, remove the cement, and during hardening I take out the cord. This is directly after cementation. This also. The X-ray. This is now the apical 1 year after loading. That's now 3 months after final restoration. And that's now 2 years after final restoration. And now again, what happened?